Hi, so I'm Eliza and this is my makeup video for the third online meeting that I missed. And in this video, I will be talking about the origins of Mahayana tradition, which is basically a sect of Buddhism. So, Mahayana tradition is referred to its followers as the Great Vehicle or Great Path. It's basically named this in opposition to other traditions that are referred to as small vehicles or small paths. And they see these small paths as, people who are only striving to become enlightened. It's surrounded by self-interest and not about helping other people reach enlightenment. It's just about yourself. And so specifically, it is believed that naming this tradition the Great Vehicle or the Great Path is in direct opposition to Theravada tradition, which is one of the only traditions in existence from the original schools. So, after the Buddha's death, Buddhism as a religion began to really grow and spread and eventually became a multi-ethnic religion, and it encompassed many schools and traditions and sects and subsects and practices. So basically, Mahayana its roots come from India during the 1st century CE, specifically northern India. And it eventually grew out of India, and it's very prominent in places like Tibet, Mongolia, China, and Japan. And it really took off because it rejected previous prevailing orthodox traditions and beliefs of Buddhism, and it offered a new interpretation of the Buddha's message. So traditionally, one who achieved enlightenment was referred to as the worthy one. But according to Mahayana traditions, one who only strives for nirvana without truly adopting the Buddha's message and providing, help to other Buddhists to reach enlightenment and teach and learn, they are referred by Mahayana members as listeners. And so the tradition basically encourages the path of Buddhahood from not only monastic people but also lay people. It's believed that anyone can strive to reach Buddhahood. And it was important to avoid becoming a listener, one who is self-interested. And it is also believed within the tradition that a true Bodhisattva, or one aiming towards enlightenment or on the path of enlightenment or Buddhahood, would even postpone their own enlightenment until all other sentient beings had become emancipated. So, the oldest known Mahayana documents are translated into Chinese and are believed to be around 2nd century AD. So it's not exactly true or known the exact documents or origins and stuff, but it is believed that it came from India. So during the rise and spread of Mahayana tradition, what really made it stand out and grow as a tradition was within its teachings. So now during this time, during the rise of the tradition, lay people were beginning to be considered just as important as the monks or nuns or clergy of the monasteries. So yeah, beforehand it wasn't really seen that way, and now it was more equality was being achieved. Yeah. So also a big part of the tradition, which is really prevalent, is the concept or doctrine of emptiness, which is very important and has stemmed into a very big practice and aspect of Buddhism. So yeah, like I said, it's very hard to calculate its exact origins, but they associate themselves, Mahayana traditions associates themselves with things like universalism, enlightened wisdom, compassion, salvation, and liberation.